Tales from Call Centers, TFCC. /TalesFromCallCenters. I'm going to literally. I'm sick of my fucking piece of trash job. I'm a bilingual phone interpreter for deaf and speech impaired users. I've been harassed left and right. By both deaf users and outbound callers. I've had a demented lady call numerous times to tell me to go back to my country and that Trump should have built that wall simply because the idiot kept dialing into a Spanish line. Deaf users who cuss at me because I don't understand the numbers coming out of their mouths. I'm working with what I'm able to hear. I'm not a fucking ASL interpreter. The worst part is my management laughing things off and not giving us any kind of support or downtime to cool off. We're supposed to suck it up for the sake of accessibility. So, I'm putting my 2 weeks in. Thank you and goodbye. Twice. Many years ago I did tech support for cordless phones. I had a customer from the South call in asking if his warranty was still good because he dropped the phone in the toilet. Twice. This was many years ago and I can still hear his southern accent. It still haunts me today and I wonder why he needed to tell me it happened a second time. Put me up in a hotel and pay for it. Oh goodness, this one had me frazzled lol. So I was just starting out taking calls for an electric company. An outage is going on in an area and I get this angry woman who is yelling and telling me that my company is horrible. I did not do well with angry customers at that point, so I am so nervous. I'm sure I was profusely apologizing, shaking in my seat, and trying to get a word in but being interrupted every time. So then she says that she wants me to get her a hotel. Me, nervous and not good at saying no. I Google hotels in her area. The quality team would have taken points off of my call for this because that's not something I need to help her with. I found her the hotel. I'm going over the information with her. Totally nothing that I'm supposed to do, so it's wild. My co-worker sitting next to me is so confused. I'm not even supposed to use Google on a call because we have all the information about the outage in our applications. I didn't know what she meant by get me a hotel until she says that she isn't paying for it. She wants my company to put her up in a hotel because it's our fault that her power is out. Usually it isn't our fault. Trees fall on our equipment. People crash into power poles. Snakes get into the transformers, etc. I am just so astonished by what she said and I nervously tell her that we can't. Only to be interrupted by her yelling and carrying on. Then her power comes back on and she hangs up. Thank God. Woman tried to sue us for her awful driving, meaning she drove into a lamppost. So I used to work in the call center for my local council. So would take calls about school places, roads, grass that hasn't been cut. Things like that. Occasionally we would get people try to put in insurance claims against the council for things like tripping over uneven paving slabs, burst tires due to potholes, etc. We once had a crazy lady call and say she had just reversed into one of the streetlights on a public road. So I said, okay, no worries, if you can let me know whereabouts the light is I can put a report through to ask an engineer to go and have a look at the damage and assess if it needs repairing, and I thanked her for letting us know. Assumed that would be it. She then proceeded to say I didn't call to report the damage to the streetlight. I called about the damage to my car. I asked her what exactly she was requesting from us, as at this point I was a bit confused. She literally said she would like me to send out information to her in the post about how she can put in a claim against us for the damage to her car because it was apparently our fault for putting the street light there, and threaten legal action due to our negligence. Throughout this whole conversation she failed to accept that there was no possible way the LA would accept liability for damage to her car because she drove into a lamppost. As there is no possible way the council were responsible for the damage purely because we put the street light there in the first place, as she claimed. I don't really remember what happened after. I think I transferred her to a supervisor as she refused to take no for an answer. Probably one of most WTF phone calls I took in my short time working at a call center. Every now and then I wonder how far she got with that claim in the end. TL Doctor. Lady called local council trying to sue because she drove into a public streetlight. Money does not work that way. So, a part of the job of internet tech support was, my internet isn't working. Well, your bill hasn't been paid in a few months and we've cut off service from here. However, if you can make a payment right now, I can have it back on within seconds. We took payments either via debit or credit card, but we had 0 ways to turn it back on without a payment. Okay, we had one way, but limited to a very small group of employees. And the only valid reason was if a mistake was made on our end. This guy had other ideas. I've got the cash right here. I can pay now. Sure. Just need your card info and I'll get that payment processed. No. I mean I have actual money right now. Oh. Well. Yeah. You can run down to your local office and pay and they can turn you on right away. Just like me. No. You aren't getting it. I'll pay with cash over the phone. That's not possible. Well, can't I just read you the serial numbers? He wasn't particularly angry or anything. Just utterly baffled that this wasn't a valid way to pay over the phone. I was embarrassed for the both of us. Guy calls in with his teenage daughter. He's apparently too good to talk to me, so he has his daughter. She tells me that her dad has an international charge on his credit card that needs to go through. Normal people think that it's a charge that you need for survival. I pull up his transaction and it's for international Latinas. I see that plus several other similar sites. I tell his daughter that I need them to talk to our fraud department, but I was embarrassed for the both of us. In wondering what he told his daughter,